Very big welcome to you, my dear Cancer. So the sun is in Gemini, the moon in your sign, and two cards came up, right? And it just happened. So here we have the Prince of Pentacles, which is Taurus, and we have the Eight of Swords, and that's Jupiter in Gemini. So what's really interesting is that I was debating if I'm going to do your reading yesterday where the sun was still in Taurus, and I decided to give you the reading today where the sun has moved in Gemini. And so Taurus is speaking and saying, well, that's where you maybe are realizing that this groundedness, that you are understanding that to be grounded, remember the month of Taurus, how you felt like, here I am on earth. And so then when those thoughts come where Jupiter is in Gemini and Jupiter is not in Gemini, Jupiter is in your sign, that when Jupiter is in Gemini, which is not going to happen because Jupiter is in your sign and then it's going to go into Leo, etc. So here I'm going to look at Jupiter in Cancer. So Cancer is here, right? Cancer has brought that, but we're going to see what Jupiter is saying, because apparently Jupiter is wanting to tell you something important, because Gemini is all about communication. Gemini is all about knowing the new information that is coming down through Jupiter, but also the how do I expand myself into something bigger than myself. And here comes the gardener. And what's really beautiful here is that it shows the home, and you are the home, Cancer, right? You are the one that loves to be at home. You love a beautiful home. You make it your home. And so now you have, through Jupiter in Cancer, grown into this person that made her home even a garden. Look at that, right? And so this imprisonment, right, where Jupiter is in Gemini, it's like you don't like it, right? You don't like what the thoughts do to you here. And so the second zodiac sign and the 8 is a 10. And that 10 is a new cycle that you can begin. Now the 10 and here the 27, that's then 37. And again, a 10 is left, right? And I can also create a 9 out of the 27, and the 10 is the 19. That's the sun. The sun in Gemini is bringing you now a lot of thoughts that maybe make you feel a little like overwhelmed, right? And so remember that Taurus energy, ground yourself. Be with the nature, be with the plants that show you they just need earth, water, and sun. They just need that, and then they grow, right? And if you have a garden and you are the one that makes sure that all of that is growing, and I think that's what's happening. Now, by the end of July, Jupiter is going to go into Leo, and then you are not going to attend anymore in such a matter. You're going to then go more outwards, right? More into to show what you have done at home and present yourself more in an outward manner, right? But right now, you can see that Jupiter in your sign is actually bringing you a strong feeling of being stable, like Taurus, right? Taurus month was like, here is my home. We clean our home, right? The sun is coming. We are again wanting to start fresh, right? And that's what is that next step, that we are creating our home as a sanctuary. And then when those thoughts come that imprison myself, which you create for yourself, then you know, okay, once I'm in this spiral of thoughts, I'm going to go into the garden and get away from it and come into my sanctuary, which is your home. And that's the message for you for this month, right? I think you're going to get another message at the end of the month, because you're so at the beginning of Gemini. You might get a second reading with the Sun in Gemini. If not, then you're going to have in the next reading the new moon. And until then, I thank you, of course, so much for being with me. Namaste.